Erase and re-record.
Hi, Mr. Weingarten. My name is Cheryl Uzamiri. I have an interest in your case with regard to Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. I read your letter. Your letter is on its face ridiculous. And let me explain why. First, let me tell you that the ASHKENAZI Jewish community has a big problem with pedophilia. The Israeli government started treating her pedophiles with a medicine called Pedophile, D as in David, E, C as in cat, A, P as in Peter, E, P as in Peter, T-Y-L. They've been treating their pedophiles with Pedophile since 1978. By 2012, a number of doctors, researchers contacted the National Institute of Health with regard to a study of 46 ultra-Orthodox male pedophiles, and they examined them, they treated them with Pedophile, they talked to their victims, and one of the things that they decided with regard to limitations is the possibility that they may have to generalize the possibility that the findings can result in a generalization of the scourge of pedophilia in the Jewish community. According to the article, according to Israeli news magazine Haaretz, Times of Israel, Arutz 7, there's a gentleman by the name of Mandy Watts. He's Jewish, and when he lived in Australia, he himself was molested by more than once by fellow Jews when he was a child. I'm letting you know that all the information that I've given you, I forwarded that information to at least 20 U.S. attorneys, not just Sarah Normand. Her office is the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York is working on Jeffrey Epstein, but I want you to know that I contacted Sarah Normand. She'll let you know I contacted her, and all the information that I'm now discussing with you, I gave that to her at least 2 weeks ago. And along with her, I gave that information to at least 20 U.S. attorneys. I also emailed them as part 1 and part 2. I also emailed them a website that I found, a web page and a website that I found at a website called Come and Hear. Come and Hear is a website, Ashkenazi Jewish website. And at that website, there's an article, and the name of that article is Come and Hear, Sex with Children by Talmud Rules. And I'd like to read to you at least what part of the website says. Control S. Let me type in the word. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. All right. Oh, fudge. All right. In any case, Control F. Look up the word. Now, let me tell you what the website says. Again, there is no prohibition of a sexual practice that would almost certainly cause physical damage to a young girl due to the mismatched sizes of genitals between an adult penis and a child's vagina or anus. And it goes on to also say, we have seen in Numbers 31, chapter 31, verses 12 to 18, that Moses permitted grown men to use little girls as concubines. In the Talmud, grown men are permitted to have sexual intercourse with female babies and children, and homosexual relationships with boys younger than 9. According to the, there's also an article in Haaretz. Let me read it to you because I do not want to say anything verbatim. Here it is. Oh, no, hold on. Sorry that I'm... Let me just read it to you. It says... Here it is. The name of the article, sorry to hold you out, just that the, so big. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, and I appreciate your patience. Yes, it's Ha'aret, and it's called Israel Becoming a Refuge for Pedophiles, warns advocate for child abuse victims. The name of the advocate, his name is Manny Wax, and this is what he said. According to research data he cited, this is not an opinion, he cited this. 1 in 5 children in Israel experiences sexual abuse. I want you to know that your people's problem, that the Jewish community's problem with pedophilia is out of the fucking closet. You 3 attorneys are going to try to out this pedophile, where pedophilia in your community is almost organic. I'm going to let the public know that you and the attorneys that are working on this letter that I read, that you are pedophile facilitators. The Jewish community, ASHKENAZI Jewish community, is screaming for the first time in many years because they're tired of having men like Jeffrey Epstein but fuck the shit out of their children. According to the U.S. Department of Justice's Justice Initiative, they did a study on pedophiles. The recidivism rate for child abusers is considerably higher. Not only that, those people who are child molesters, child abusers, not all of the crimes in which they get involved with once they engage in some sort of recidivism, they're not all sexual on their face. Some of them appear to be non-sexual, but they have sexual overtones. And that's according to the U.S. Department of Justice. So the letter that you wrote to Judge Berman, who himself should step his fucking ass off because he is hiding his community's rape of other Jewish children. Not one Jewish judge in federal court or the state court has adjudicated a case that has caused any one of the rabbis who have sucked off Jewish children and given them herpes, 2 of whom have died. None has gone after them. So I'm telling you, this email that I'm sending you, it's going to the UN Office of the High Commission for Human Rights. I'm going to make sure that before you advocate for Jeffrey Epstein not to go to jail, that at least 2,000 to 3,000 people are going to hear about your attorney's fucking antics to let go of a dangerous pedophile. Fuck what he's done. People who fuck children continuously are dangerous. That stupid fucking letter that you fucking wrote, you should be fucking ashamed. You should even be more ashamed and frightened that this goes in front of a Jewish judge who has not as yet opened up or let the public know that the Jewish community is screaming because it is tired of being fucked by its own people who are pedophiles. You try to you want to see if this son of a bitch ain't going to jail? I'm going to make the fuck sure that everybody on the planet knows that you and the people that are defending this man are pedophile facilitators, the stupid son of a bitch. And my telephone number is 347-255-3922. And as I stated, the state of the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, Sarah Norman, she already has this information. She's had it at least for the past 2 weeks. You better make sure that son of a bitch goes to jail. My son is a victim of rape by sex-crazed Jews. Pedophiles have a recidivism rate. Nobody cares about his Jeffrey Epstein's humble yearnings. The son of a bitch is a pedophile. You try to get him out, and I'll make the fuck sure everybody knows that you are a kitty diddler facilitators, you stupid son of a bitch.
To accept and set message options, press 1. To replay, press 2. You've reached the maximum call time and will be disconnected. Goodbye.